YouTube. Here we are. I'm having another unboxing video because I went to my friendly local game store today and I got Munchkin Warhammer 40k Faith and Firepower. This is the first expansion for Munchkin Warhammer 40k, and it has two new armies in it, the Tau and what's the other one? You Warhammer people probably know this better than I do. So I open it, I get the instruction. The Adepta Soritis. That sounds like a fungal infection on your foot. So I will unbox those. There's the box. Here's the cards in their plastic. And I'm going to move this down here so you can see me open it up. And then when I do this, if you might have seen these before, when I unbox these, I take the plastic off for you lovely ASMR people. And then I turn it off and look at all the cards myself, because watching me look at all the cards would be ungodly boring. And then when I pick out my favorites, I will turn it back on, show you some of the highlights, and that will be that. And then I will shuffle this in. Because this is not a standalone game, we can't have an episode of just this game. And I can't go through and just take out the Warhammer cards out of the deck of Doom, because as you might have noticed, the deck of Doom is quite large. Hence the Doom. So, let's see, we have all these treasures is here, we have the doors here. Alright, I'm being defeated by plastic today. There we go. There we go. Nasty. Alright, and these are all doors on the other side there. So we have all those. So once I go through these and pick out my favorites, I will come back and show you which ones I really like. And then we will shuffle them into the representative sample of the deck of Doom, so you will see them a little more concentrated for a while. And then when we reshuffle, it'll just be dispersed throughout. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds for you, and, well, a while for me. So hang tight. Okay, I'm back. Now, as you see, there's a bunch of cards just whittled throughout here. These are the decks here. Of the treasures, like, most of them are pretty standard. Few of them have some wacky titles and effects that I'd rather that you see during the game that we play, so I'll just leave those. The fun thing that I saw here is a Tau-only Dawnblade. If you win a combat by 5 or less, go up an extra level that may be the winning level. So it's a really cool, like, extra level thing that if your opponent's not watching your stuff real careful, then you might just get the winning level sneakily. And that's Tau only, but you know, there's cheat cards. And the other ones, I just love the art on the stealth drone, because it just says it's that quiet. And then the Hunter Killer Missile, it looks like Elmer Fudd. I love this thing. Well, it's upside down for you. There we go. Be very quiet. I'm hunting Ultramarines. But then it has the new armies, which are the Adepta Sororitas. If you want, put a pronunciation in the comments there. I'll learn. And the powers on here are Acts of Faith. You get a +1 in combat for each treasure card in your hand, which is interesting. And then Shield of Faith. If you are hit with a curse or bad stuff that forces you to discard a specific type of card, footgear, army, etc., you may discard a card of that type from your hand if you have one. Which is very interesting, because that gets past the whole like stuff in play is stuff in play, like items, whatever, and the stuff in your hand is just cards. So That's something that that Corey has asked several times. And it does add one more of the rest of the armies. The Eldari, the Death Guard, the Necrons, the Orcs. Whoa. And then the Tyranids, the Ultramarines. There's the Adepta. And then we have the other new army, the Tau, which I just like the onomatopoeia of Tau, Tau, Tau. But they have technological superiority. Tau may ignore usable only by restrictions on items. And then the Greater Good. At the end of a turn in which you gave or discarded at least one card as charity, draw a face-down treasure. So that's after charity. Then you get a face-down card, which means it doesn't count towards your hand size for passing the turn, I assume. Now, one of the things that stuck out to me was that there's a lot of monsters in this that include death. I know, really? Warhammer including a lot of death. Gee. So there are 5 monsters in here, ranging from level 5 to level 19, that include death and the bad stuff. And I think that's pretty high for like death effects. There's also a curse that says the next monster you fight without death and the bad stuff changes its bad stuff to you are dead, and you have a -1 to run away from that monster. Keep this as a reminder until then. So effectively there are 5 + 1 question mark of death effect monsters just in the expansion. I didn't actually look in the base game of this to see if there were extra death effects than a regular game. So I'll have to take a look at that and see how it stacks up to normal decks of, like, you know, the other genres of Munchkin, to see how it stacks up against the death effects in there. There's the level 17, which is my favorite because I play orcs in Warhammer normally. So I just wanted to highlight that because, wow. +3 for every orc at the table. Will not pursue Munchkins level 2 or below except Tau. But it says +3 for every orc at the table. Does that mean the orc army? Or can I take my orc figures, set them on the table, and they get a +3 for every orc at the table? I don't know. I may just set one out just for fun, just to see if that comes up, and see what Corey says. But the other ones that I have, these are just interesting monsters. Actually, this is another death effect on here, so that's 6, including and plus the other one. But this one is Hardened the Betrayer, and if you accept help, roll the die after your helper joins the fight. On a 1 or less, your helper switches sides. So there's a chance that your helper could, like, be on Hardened the Betrayer's side, which I think is very cool if you have some sort of loaded die, or like -2 to a die roll, something like that. So that could be interesting. As a wandering monster, if you have that extra thing to make that happen, that would be awesome. But the other one is Oricon the Diviner, and his unpredictable chronomantic magics change the battle. Roll the die and count down that many cards in the door deck. If that card is a monster or a monster enhancer, add it to the fight. Otherwise, discard it without effect and then shuffle the door deck. So that's cool. And yeah, he sends you back in time, lose 2 levels. But that's just an interesting effect on the monster. So all in all, a pretty good expansion. I can't wait to shuffle it into the regular, the Deck of Doom, or the representative sample of the Deck of Doom, which means that we'll see them a little more frequently for a while, and see how they play with all of the other genres in there, including Harry Potter, which I shuffled in a while back, as you may have noticed. So, in summation, I can't wait to play with this. I hope it's fun. I look like I licked a light socket today, and I will see you when see the next episode where we're playing with these cards in there. There might be another CCG episode in between here and there, but I swear that this is coming. You'll see these cards. So in the meanwhile, be sure to like, share, favorite, subscribe, pay it forward, send us money, be excellent to each other, and we'll see you next time.